looking forward to?
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
What?
Outkast performing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on November 8th. When is the last time we saw Outkast on stage together? Outkast has to perform at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in November. Big Boy and Andre 3000 need to be rehearsing right now, getting in game shape. I don't want to see any other artists performing Outkast songs. I want to see Big and Andre on stage performing. They have to.
That'd be crazy. The last time I think we seen him, I think it was like Coachella or one of those.
I don't even remember.
Those huge shows. But like you said, it's been a long time, and I would love to see him.
Come on, Tribe Called Quest performed when they got inducted.
Yep.
LL performed when they got inducted.
Sure
Missy performed at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when she got inducted. Jay-Z should have performed, but he didn't. I want to see Outkast perform in November at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Dre, you got to put the flute and piano down for 1 second and pick up that microphone, my brother. We need that Outkast performance at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in November.
I agree. All right, well, Lauren's here. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's Loren LoRosa here talking about my guys over at Top Dog Law. Now you've heard the name, you've seen them around, and if you've ever been in a car accident, slip and fall, or even a worksite injury, you already know the move. Top Dog Law is where you call to get every dollar you deserve. Don't settle for nothing small because nothing should be small this season. Top Dog fights for real results, big cases, big wins, and you don't have to pay them a dime unless they win for you. It's a free consultation, no pressure, just real talk about what your case could be worth. Call now or check them out on Instagram at Top Dog Law or hit up topdoglaw.com. Let the top dogs handle it. Now, let's get back to the show. So Shannon Sharpe has been fired from ESPN. This comes weeks after settling or getting to a resolution for undisclosed amount or undisclosed whatever that resolution was in the rape lawsuit. Let's take a listen to Shannon Sharpe. He spoke out about this last night on Nightcap.
I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I said this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. As I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me. So I'm very, very grateful for that. I just wish this thing could have waited until Monday. The first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been. Thank you guys for your support.
A reported $6.5 million a year down the drain for poor choices and lack of discipline.
Exactly. Meek Mill tweeted out yesterday. I thought that this was one of Meek's most make sense tweets. He responded to the news of Shannon Sharpe being fired from ESPN. He said, y'all too old to be getting fired for real.
I mean,
makes a lot of sense about what he's saying. You get what he's saying.
It makes sense when you know Meek, but you can get fired at any age.
Right.
He don't mean it like that, though.
I get what but let's be clear. It don't matter what you mean. It's what you say. You can get fired at any age, but I get what Meek is saying. There's a Bible verse for that. 1 Corinthians 13:11. You know that, right? You in the church.
I am in a church, but I don't know off the top of my head. Give it to me,
When
Pastor.
I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things.
Yes.
So that's what I think he was saying.
Me too. That's why I think the tweet made sense. But they was firing him up for it. But back to Shannon, I'm not surprised about this news, but I didn't necessarily. If he wouldn't have got fired, I wouldn't have been surprised either.
Did they give a reason why he was fired?
I did not
Did they release a statement?
No. There's been no comment from ESPN, but I confirmed that this is a real thing when the Athletic dropped the news first, but there's been no statement from ESPN. But back when all this
Disney, man, Mickey Mouse not standing by that.
See, but the only reason why I say that is because back when all of the rape lawsuit dropped and the $50 million was being asked for and all the things were happening, there were rumors that he was fired or whatever at that point. And I reached out and said, hey, here's what's being reported. I want to know what's going on. And I was told by a source close to the network that there was no firing, that he has scheduled days on the show he was on, and that was it. There's nothing to see here. Let's keep watching all of his platforms and everything he's on. There was, I don't know, I thought maybe they might try and work with him because we don't.
I didn't. Not Mickey Mouse. Not Disney.
People were harping
Why didn't they
on the
do it
fact,
sooner though?
People are harping on the fact that he quote unquote wasn't charged, but it's more than just being charged. It's everything that was released after that,
yeah,
correct?
it's the way you make the brand look.
Right.
100%. It's Disney, but I just thought a Disney would do it sooner, or they were going to do that. But yes, so I don't know.
Listen, Shannon Sharpe is in this situation because of Shannon Sharpe. It's just poor choices and lack of discipline has him in this situation. And that's why when you see things like this, man, you don't laugh. You just got to learn from it. And what you should learn is when you have something to lose, you got to act like it. And, he wasn't acting like it.
I wonder if he knew he was going to get fired, would he still have settled or he would have took it all the way?
He had to have known that. I don't think Disney just like woke up one day and was like, hey, this is what's happening. They've been having conversations behind the scenes for some time. He said that. Remember, Stephen A. Smith came out and said conversations are happening. It probably was a back and forth, or I don't know, but you don't just randomly find out something like that.
I don't think he was thinking about his job in that situation. He was thinking about himself, his personal life.
Like his family, his legacy.
His personal things he probably didn't want exposed.
100%. And I think that's why the settlement came too, because if not, I think we would have, remember we talked about the video that was potentially going to be released by Tony Busby.
They already had released audio.
Yeah, they released audio. Now, I will say though, his statement that he posted where he actually named the Jane Doe and addressed the lawsuit, Tony Busby came out and said that kind of forced their hand. That's why they released the audio. So there was a little bit of the attention in the back and forth. So I think that this just got things to a calm point where he can now try and move on. And honestly, I was watching him on Nightcap last night when he was talking about it, and I was like, man, he should thank God for his own platforms, because right now I don't know would anybody get next to Shannon Sharpe right now.
Right.
He still got Shay Shay. He still got Nightcap.
Yep.
And
people tune in, doing very well.
But this isn't ESPN's fault. This isn't the white man's fault. This is Shannon Sharpe's fault. Like, they can't shake you down if you don't give them nothing to shake. Well, they can, which is all the more reason you shouldn't give them nothing to. Because they will make some stuff up too.
That's right.
But,
Yeah,
man. Just lack of discipline can cost you everything. Okay, we call that DD. Because I can't say the word. I want to though. Well, Dick Tracy.
Okay.
Yes.
Be careful, black men.
That's right.
Be careful, black men.
Make smart decisions.
If he was white, it would be different. It would be different. Not justifying what he did or whatever.
I don't believe that either.
All right, that's cool. Difference in opinion. If he was white, it would be lesser.
We seeing everybody
Disney
getting taken down now.
You think if it was a white man, Disney would have stood by, kept them?
It would be certainly different. I mean, we talking about Mickey Mouse and Disney and all that. What about behind the scenes of everything that happens, Disney and all these, you know what I mean?
But
so it's just like, come on.
Have there been white men that's been charged that the same thing hasn't happened? I think what hurt him is the video, is the audio,
the conversation.
I think that's what hurt him the most.
Over the last several years with the Me Too movement, we've been seeing black people and white people get it. And if they taking down powerful white men, imagine what they're gonna do to us. So that's all the more reason you got to move carefully.
Yep, that's why I said be careful, black men.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news, and then Lecrae will be joining us. His new album, Reconstruction, comes out August 22nd. We'll talk to him a little bit. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?